who's ready for the flyweight division? What's up, fight nerds? This is your boy Gershon. I want to welcome you to Enter the Nerd. Whether you like boxing, mixed martial arts, wrestling, or whatever, we've got something for you. So if you like any of that stuff, make sure you subscribe to the channel and like the video for, more content just like it. Now, we got UFC 255 coming up this Saturday. Very excited. We've got like a flyweight doubleheader for the co-main and main events for the men and women's divisions respectively, right? Now, before we get into talking about those two, let's get into some honorable mentions that I really want to get into before that I think people should know about. This card is flying below the radar, and let me give you some fights that I feel like you should watch that are going to be pretty entertaining and definitely mean quite a bit for the UFC. We have the return of Joaquin Buckley. After the last fight he had where he did that crazy spinning back kick KO, he's going against Jordan Wright, who also in his last match had I think it was a spinning heel kick and then some knees afterwards, I believe so. So both of them coming off KOs. We're gonna see exactly how this goes. This might be a very flashy fight. Hopefully Joaquin, is not trying to capture lightning in a bottle again. Hopefully he just goes in there just to win. And this should be an entertaining fight. This is in the middleweight division, I believe. So we'll see how that goes, right? Let's see. We'll see if Joaquin Buckley can actually pick up some momentum or if Jordan Wright can stay undefeated. So this is going to be a good fight. We have Antonina Shevchenko and Ariane Lipski. That's actually also in the flyweight division, same as Antonina's sister, who's in the main event. This should be pretty interesting. Antonina definitely is going to be... She's going to be better off if she's on her feet. And Lipski is definitely, she'll stand up with them, right? She'll definitely stand up, but she had the clear advantage on the ground. Like, her jiu-jitsu is pretty awesome. So if it goes down there, I believe Lipski will get this fight. It'll be pretty decisive. And Shevchenko doesn't really like it down there. But if it stays standing up, I think it'll be her fight. Very important match for the flyweight division. Brandon Moreno and Brandon Royval. Now, this is very important because pretty much whoever wins this is going to be the number one contender to whoever wins in the main event. Now, Brandon is, well, they're both Brandon, that's funny. Moreno is coming from a decision victory over Formiga. And I know that Royval actually had a really good performance on Fight Island. I think it was UFC 253. 253, yeah, that was the one where Adesanya he fought Costa on, yeah. So he fought Kai Kara France and he actually submitted him. And he had like this crazy spinning back elbow too. So this is gonna be an exciting fight. This is gonna be really exciting. If anyone does a finish, I think it's gonna be Royval. But if it's just like kind of like a drawn out battle, it'll probably go to Moreno. Even though Royval might be able to stand the test, he seems to be really, really good, like in explosion. So I like it. I like it a lot. It's gonna be a good fight. So look forward to this. Do not miss this one. Now, a very important fight in the flyweight division for women before the main event or the co-main would be Katlyn Chookagian and Cynthia Calvillo. Now, this is very important because I think the winner between these two will either probably be next up in line or they'll have to fight Jessica Andrade. So I doubt if Chookagian wins, she'll probably have to have another fight before she fights Valentina, because the first fight with her wasn't close at all, really. But if Calvillo gets it, they'll most likely make her go against Jessica Andrade because everybody wants to see the Jessica Andrade fight with Valentina Shevchenko if Shevchenko comes out as a champion here. But I believe if she does, then it's also a chance they just go with Jessica Andrade anyway. But for this particular fight, I believe it'll really just be wrestler and striker. Even though Chookagian isn't like a super technical striker, she likes to use her long arms to keep people at the end of that. And Calvillo, she uses her lower center of gravity to make it a grappling match. And if she can be successful with that, then I think the battle will be hers. So we'll see. But I'm leaning more towards Calvillo right now. She's got some good energy going behind her. Mike Perry is also fighting Tim Means. Both of them were rather inconsistent. They win one, lose one, win one, lose one. Mike Perry is a fan favorite, I guess because of his antics outside of the ring, but he is a skilled fighter. So is Tim. I guess we'll see, because Tim really just gets decisions, and Perry is capable of definitely knocking somebody out. So we'll see, and we'll see if he gets this win over Tim means, what will that mean? Because I'd like to see Mike Perry keep it moving and actually get into like conversation of being a contender, but it's always like he goes up and then one down. So yeah, like he is hoping that he does something more than just the stuff they show outside the ring. Now for the main and co-main events, which are both in the flyweight divisions for men and women. So for the co-main, we have Valentina Shevchenko versus Jennifer Maia. Now this is gonna be very exciting. I mean, first of all, most fights for Valentina Shevchenko are super exciting. She's a killer, and honestly, she's the second best fighter in the world right after Amanda Nunes. And even though she's kind of like undersized, she like kept it right there with Amanda Nunes. Like one would say, if she was, you know, Amanda Nunes' height, she would, in weight, she would most likely have beaten her, right? Arguably, right? And there's some people who might say something different, but whatever, that's cool. But as far as this fight is concerned, I still think she has the overall edge. I don't think Jennifer Maia has enough tools for her. I mean, she has good jiu-jitsu, but everything starts standing up. And I don't think she has enough stand-up tools to really compete with Valentina Shevchenko. Valentina's takedown defense is higher. Her strikes absorbed are lower. It's like in almost every metric, you can see that Valentina has the edge for. And I know they said that Jennifer Maia is getting advised by Amanda Nunes, but I don't think she has the skills to implement whatever Amanda is telling her to actually defeat Valentina. It's two different things. Like she's not that much bigger. She can't impose her size on Valentina the same way. And I don't think she has the same skill set at all. So I think I'm choosing Valentina for this. It's gonna be hard to go against it because she's also great grappling. Like she's not uncomfortable on the ground either, which I think will probably surprise Jennifer Maia. And she's a bit flat-footed when she strikes too, which not good, especially when you see how light Valentina is. So yeah, I am going to choose Valentina for this one here. Don't know if it'll be a finish. Is it possible? Because her last couple fights have been finishes. Yeah, but I'm just gonna go for sure. I believe Valentina's gonna win. Prove me right. In the main event, we have Davidson Figueiredo and Alex Perez. This is gonna be cool. And honestly, I really want both flyweight divisions to get their just due, because there's so many skilled fighters in both the men and women flyweight. All these lower weight divisions have such exciting fighters, but people just don't pay attention to them. Maybe because the UFC doesn't put all the name recognition in there. But I'm hoping this kind of changes that, because there's so many flyweight fights on this card, and important ones at that. So in this fight, obviously Davidson is coming off of beating Joseph Benavidez twice, finishing him. And then we also have Alex Perez, who's coming off of a knockout in his last and a submission in the one before that. So he's also a finisher, but in two different ways. Now they both like to stand in the middle and strike, but Alex Perez, his bread and butter is really wrestling. So I think that if he feels that Figueiredo strikes are a little too heavy, he's gonna go for the wrestling. And that's gonna be, and we're gonna see if he can really use that to his advantage. Now, I know Figueiredo is not uncomfortable on the ground, and I think he's definitely the better well-rounded. He's definitely the bigger one out of the two, which, you know, some people don't think that matters, but it does matter if he's able to actually impose his will and still maintain tons of speed when it comes to his strikes. And his takedown defense is pretty damn high too. But we'll see. Alex Perez is a talented wrestler, and he's also the first person from Dana White's Contender Series to actually fight for a title. So Dana White's probably happy about that. That's pretty cool. I would like to see Davidson Figueiredo win, because I want there to be like a consistent champion and for flyweight to get a name behind it. Now, Demetrius Johnson, you know, he's one of the GOATs, if not the GOAT, and he was in that same division and he didn't get the love and respect. So hopefully the UFC could shine some more light in this division, and the one that's also for women, the women's flyweight division, and really, you know, really put some energy into it and get fans more into it. I think these fights are going to be good ones to do that. So yeah, for the men's flyweight title fight, I'm going to say Davidson gets it done. So yeah, I'll end the video here. I think this is gonna be a great pay-per-view, better than what people think it's gonna be. The flyweights will highlight the show. I think that we need to pay more attention to it, whether you're a casual fan or not. Make sure you spread the news about the flyweight division and all the talented fighters that are in it. This will be on ESPN Plus, so make sure you get that subscription if you don't, or however you're gonna watch it. All right, but yeah, so make sure you keep on watching these fights. Make sure if you're making these bets, make the right one. But please don't forget to enter the nerd.